Hey, what's up folks? I am Graphics Rogue and this is Rome 2 Online Battle. I will be playing as Carthage and my enemy will be the Iceni. Now in this battle I will be once again using the Hannibal Cannae tactic as taught to me by THFE Productions, a fellow Rome tuber. Check him out if you want. This formation has worked well for me very much so far. I've got a pretty decent build going on here. I've got four missile units, a bunch of infantry, only 3 cavalry, one of which being my general. I'm going to set it up with putting the 4 pikemen on each corner of my box formation. And of course I'm setting them up to not only draw their infantry into my center line, but to defend against cavalry flanking, any kind of flanking maneuver. Because I'll be having 4 pikemen on the flanks as well as 2 spearmen on each flank, and the rest of my infantry will be in my center, as well as maybe 1 or 2 in the back or the front to protect the cavalry or the missile units I'll be putting up front. So I'm setting up the center line here, putting them into place. I mostly use mostly sword units. I've got some Libyan infantry and some barbarian mercenaries. I'm going to put my general cavalry in the back as well as the rest of the cavalry to help defend against flanking maneuvers and to achieve some flanking maneuvers of myself. I'm going to put my peltists up front here to try to lure some of the enemy in. Going to put another infantry unit up there to kind of help defend against cavalry charges trying to knock out my missile units up front there. Gonna put my archers in back because they have longer range. Gonna put another infantry unit in the back to help defend against things. So the battle has begun. Me and my enemy are both formed up. My enemy, playing the Iceni, is moving his troops up. Iceni, the warriors of the cold of Britannia, marching in the desert. That is funny. He marches forth his Jersey Shore barbarians, which he has nicely noticed. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed that. Indeed, truly, they march for glory, but they will only taste their own blood. Especially if they march in Carthage's desert. For this is my land. Now, my opponent has a nice mixture build. He's got some missiles, infantry, and cavalry, but he's got a lot of noble riders. So I got to keep my mind wary to them. They're pretty tough. He's got some of those shirtless Jersey Shore barbarians, which their armor is inferior to mine, but I have to keep an eye on all of them. I have to keep an eye on those flanking forces on the far right there. I'm gonna move my infantry more to the left to try to get in front of them. They've got some heavily armored troops up there. They've got a lot of noble riders on their right flank over there, waiting to smash me hard. They've got a far flanking force. They've got chariots, which I'll have to keep an eye on. Moving my guys more to the left to get my forces right in front of them. I want to envelop their infantry, to try to get my infantry in front of theirs. And of course, being on the sands of Africa, I like to believe I have a home court advantage. Carthage feels at home here in the deserts of Africa, and we shall crush the invading forces. I'm not sure how much that goes for in gameplay, but I like to believe I have a home court advantage here. Now he's sending his noble riders far out to the flank there. He wants to use those heavy cavalry to just smash the shit out of me. And I'm gonna try to stop that from happening. Now he begins to move forward. I begin to move my main forces forward, but he is not having any of it. He is not planning on falling into my trap whatsoever, so I have to take drastic measures. I gotta send my main infantry unit out, just shoot them through the middle. Send my flanking defense forces, get them straightened up and get ready to defend their flanking attack, because it's coming, and it's coming hard. So I'm sending my main infantry unit, my main center line out through the center, defend my flanks. They've already sent their chariots in to try to smash my missile units from behind, but my flanking defense got there first. And now they're starting to send their noble riders out. But I'm going to send my cavalry out to deal with them. So now that I know he's not having any of my shenanigans, I'm going to send some of my infantry units out to attack individual infantry units of his to make sure those units up front do not try to flank my guys. And I need to stop them from moving. So I'm moving all the infantry I have left up to hit the guys that matter. I got that one cavalry unit. We're going to try to flank that unit over there. We're moving around my missile units to try to get a good flanking position on some of these infantry units. I'm going to try and hit the units from the sides. That's their weak points. And I'm turning off some of these phalanxes because some of them are just hindering me and they're not attacking the way I want them to attack, the way I would want them to attack. So some of them are gonna just have to go. I'm aiming some of my missile units on some of the sides of these guys, try to hit their weak spots and just tear them apart with my missiles. And some of their troops are beginning to waver. Johnny, we have confirmation. Some of their troops are beginning to waver. And I'm gonna start hitting that guy from behind. I think it's from behind there. And we got another wavering unit there. We're gonna just try to massacre these noble riders with my missiles here. If I can get rid of their cavalry early, then that would just be a death knell for these guys. And as you'll notice, I didn't have my face on the screen here because somebody entered the room and asked me a question asking where something was, and it was at this time where things could have gotten really badly for me, but it looks like more of their troops are just wavering. I was lucky here. We are holding our fronts pretty well. I could have done more at this point, flanked some more people, got some more enemy units out early, but things were still going good, and we routed a lot of their units. And at about this time, they started to take their general out. But it was about this time I got my head back in the game. I decided to put my archer units to attack their general unit because I figured they weren't going to outrun them, and I just wanted to slow them down so I can get some infantry units over there to swallow up his general and just end this. Because things are going pretty well now. I'm sending my general unit out to the far-flung areas to try to run down those returning routers. And the only ones they have left are their general units, returning routers, and I think a couple elite units over there. I think those two over there are pretty elite. And so I'm sending in my guys. I'm turning off the pikemen for the rest of my pikemen. For most of the rest of my pikemen, they're just in the way right now with their slowness. And he is sending his general unit out. He wants to smash my guys from the back. But I'm having none of that, so I send my infantry unit I have there to slow down his charge, but it still hurts me pretty bad. One of my units right there is wavering. And I'm sending my archers and pretty much everyone out to aim at that general unit. I want that general unit taken out. And so, we are sending everything we have into that blob. We are going to crush our enemy right here, right now. This desert belongs to Carthage. And as you can see, this battle is nearly over. This was a nice battle. He was not far fallen for any of my shenanigans with the formation I had formed up. I wanted to get him into my bow. That's the whole point of the formation. But it was still a great game. He was a fine opponent, fine match. And once again, the Hannibal tactic has done me well, and I think will do me well in the future. This is Graphics Rogue, and I will see you next time.